यूट्यूब फैमिली, कैसे हो? सारे ठीक ठाक है, खुश है, मजे में हंसते मुस्कुराते खुश बात रही है। मेरा नाम है अनम और हमारे मुलाकात हर रोज होती है टॉप 15 वेरिड थिंग्स दैट हैपन ओनली इन इंडिया। तो ये जो है 15 थिंग्स जो है वो फनी भी हो सकती हैं, शॉकिंग भी हो सकती हैं। पहले भी इस तरह की वीडियोस देखी थी, लेकिन वो फनी में था ना कि कौन सी ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो सिर्फ इंडिया में होती है और कहीं नहीं होती है। चलिए जी वो 15 चीज़ें देख लेते हैं। वीडियो को स्टार्ट करते हैं। डिस्कशन हो लिया अमेजिंग, आज तक लास्ट में जुड़े रहिएगा, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिएगा।
15 strange things that only happen in India. India is one of the most interesting countries in the world, without a doubt. Even if you don't know much about this Asian country, you've probably heard about how diverse it is and that it is enough to spark some interest. Names like Swami Vivekananda, Arbahata, and C.V. Raman can be associated with India. So now you probably have an idea about the country. So shall we point out 15 things that happen only in this strange and diverse country? Number 1. World's largest family. Alright people, here's a task for you. Google a man named Ziona Shana. He is the head of the world's largest family who is blessed to have 39 wives. Yeah, you heard that right. He really has 39 wives. Shana also has 94 children, 14 daughters-in-law, and 33 grandchildren. They live in a 100-room, 4-story house set amidst the hills of Batwang village in the Indian state of Mizoram, where the wives sleep in giant communal dormitories. 181 members in a family. Can you beat that? Oh, but Ziona isn't done yet. He is looking for more wives to expand his family to new limits. Number 2. Cops get paid to grow mustaches. Now, this one is pretty bizarre. Officials in Madhya Pradesh believe that men with mustaches are seen as more respectful, and hence cops in this Indian state are given a slight pay upgrade for having a mustache. Though it may be only 30 rupees, it adds up over time, right? Maybe we should check the demand for hair supplements in the States. Number 3. Cows have ID cards. While the rest of the world is used to the idea of carrying their ID cards for a lot of many reasons, we wonder how many countries have thought about providing their animals with such a card. Cows in West Bengal have their photo IDs to make sure they are not smuggled to Bangladesh that touches border with this Indian state. That's a smart thought, but it doesn't stop here. Indian Prime Minister has initiated a plan to assign unique 12-digit identification numbers to 88 million cattle in India to ensure they are vaccinated on time and their breeding cycles can be monitored and improved. India is teaching us how our identity is rooted in our cattle. Number 4. Highest rate of vegetarianism. India has one of the lowest rates of meat consumption in the world. With 38% of Indians being vegetarians, the country has the highest rate of vegetarianism. We can relate this to the religious mindedness of the people in India, because some religions emphasize on respect and non-violence to all forms of life. Seems like it is time PETA moves its base from Virginia. Number 5. Spice Bowl. If you have ever tasted Indian food, then the first thing you noticed was the amount and variety of spices they use, right? Now when we tell you that India is the world's largest producer of spices, you'd probably take this news without a pinch of salt. Alright, bad joke, but come on, you'd agree that Indian spices are to die for. Out of 109 spices listed by ISO, India produces around 75 spices and accounts for about half the global spice trade. Aren't you craving a spicy Indian snack now? Number 6. Second largest English-speaking country. 125 million people in India speak English, and that brings them on the second spot of largest English-speaking countries. And you thought this list would see US, Australia, Canada, and the UK in the top spots. Though the US does make it to the first spot, India follows it, bypassing the other countries. But this isn't the big news here. The real thing is that this huge number of English speakers in the country make for only 10% of their population. Like, seriously. Number 7. Low divorce rate. About 50% of marriages in the US end in divorce. You already know that, so what's new? Nothing new about the US. That was just a point of reference here. It'll help you understand the contrast when we say that only 13 marriages out of 1,000 in India ever end with the D word. This proves that India has one of the lowest divorce rates in the world. What's the secret to their marital stability? Well, marriage in India is not just an official agreement, but it's seen as a holy union and thus not insulted in court. Number 8. World's major religions. Many people mistake India for a Hindu nation, but it can't be farther from the truth. Though 80% of Indians do follow Hinduism, you would find people from various religions residing together with affection and respect. The rest of the 20% comprise of people practicing Islam, Sikhism, Buddhism, Jainism, Christianity, and various others. Where else do you find such diversity in religion and cultures? Number 9. Golden ladies. Would you believe us if we told you that Indian housewives own 11% of world's gold? That might sound bizarre, but people, every bit of it is true. 11%, guys. That's more than the combined stocks of the USA, Switzerland, Germany, and the International Monetary Fund. And you know what? Indian women consider gold as perceived wealth and won't sell it off until a huge monetary crisis hits. The country is home to the Golden Temple in the city of Amritsar, which is coated with layers of gold. We just figured our next vacation destination. Number 10. Doors without locks. In the Indian town of Shani, Singapore, you will know how religious people are and how much they trust God to punish the culprits themselves. The houses and shops in the town have no doors or locks on them because people have faith in God and believe that even if a robbery occurs, God Shani himself will punish him by turning him blind. Religiousness taken to the next level. Number 11. Love commandos. What image comes to your mind when you hear the words love commandos? Yes, people who are protecting love and lovers. Now, why does India need such people? Well, many of the Indian families are against the idea of love marriages and especially the inter-caste ones. So such couples run away from their families but end up getting killed by them. We really said that. Now, do you understand why Indians need this non-profit force? Yes, to save the youth in love. Number 12. Most expensive house. Ever heard about Mukesh Ambani? He is the chairman of Reliance Industries, but that's not why we brought him up. He is the owner of Antilia, a private home in South Mumbai, and is valued over $1 million. The 27-story building is deemed to be the world's most expensive residential property, after Buckingham Palace, which is designated as a crown property and is thus the world's most expensive private residential property. And you thought Indians were poor. Number 13. Avoiding civilization. The Sentinel Islands in the Bay of Bengal is one of the last places on the planet that remain untouched by modern civilization. The Sentinels are hunters by profession and hate any unwanted contact from the outside world, making these islands one of the hardest places to visit. Anyone that has tried to visit this place has been killed, rendering this place unchanged for hundreds of years. We are scared. Number 14. Wedding detectives. Arranged marriages are very prevalent in the country, so much so that love marriages are even a taboo in some cultures. Since parents look for a spouse for their children, they leave no stone unturned to get the best deal, and they go to the extent of hiring private detectives in the process. Yes, people shell out money to get an insight into their prospective groom or bride's bad habits and past relationships. Concern or creepy? What would you call it? And number 15. Innovative India. India is a land of innovation and pioneers. The world owes India for the introduction to the game of chess. The Indian name of the game is Chaturanga, which literally means 4 divisions of an army, namely elephants, cavalry, chariots, and infantry. Indian inventors are also responsible for other great inventions, like cataract surgery, wireless communication, fiber optics metallurgy, cotton cultivation, and everyday items such as buttons, rulers, weight scales, and the flush. That's one long list. What are your experiences and stories about this Asian country? Tell us in the comments section below. Subscribe to our channel if you like this video. And while you're here, check out our other videos and tell us what you think of them. You can also find us.
जबरदस्त यार, अमेजिंग वीडियोस ना। इसमें से कुछ फैक्ट्स जो थे वो मुझे पता है, कुछ जैसे नहीं पता है। अच्छा, उस फैमिली का कितनी बड़ी फैमिली थी जिसकी 39 वाइफ्स थी और क्या था 94 चिल्ड्रंस थे, 14 डॉटर्स इन लॉ थी और 33 जो है वो ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रंस थे। ओ माय गॉड। और अभी भी वो उसकी जो तमन्ना पूरी नहीं, अभी वो और शादी करने का सोच रहा है। क्या बात है यार, बड़ी हिम्मत है। क्या खाते हो? अच्छा अच्छा, और दूसरा था वो मूंछों वाला ना, कि जिसकी बड़ी बड़ी मूंछें होंगी उसको ज्यादा सैलरी मिलेगा, पैसा मिलेगा। अच्छा, हमारे वैसे भी पुलिस वालों के मैंने जितने देखे वो जिसकी ज्यादा बड़ी बड़ी मूंछें रखते हैं, शायद वो अपना दबदबा जो है वो बड़ा करने के लिए ना, या और डालने के लिए ना। और क्या था, और वो जो था डोर बंद नहीं करते हैं कि उनको बोर्ड की तरफ से पनिश मिलेगी ना, तो वो अपना डोर को बिल्कुल क्लोज नहीं करते हैं। और एक और पॉइंट था जहाँ पे तलाकें बहुत कम होती हैं। अच्छा, अब्रोड के रहने वाली औरतें भी ना ज़्यादातर इंडियन जेंट्स को जो है वो प्रेफर करती हैं ज़्यादा शादी के लिए, क्योंकि इंडियन जो है वो जेंट्स जो है वो ज़्यादा लॉयल होते हैं, उनकी शादियाँ देर तक चलती हैं, बहुत कम केसेस जो है वो आते हैं। अच्छा, गाँव में आईडी कार्ड का क्या था सीन? अच्छा यार, ये भी था ना कोई ना, लेकिन ओवरऑल वीडियो बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छी थी। खैर, आपकी वीडियो कैसी लगी कैसी नहीं, कुछ तो कर मैं पॉइंट्स भूल ही गई हूँ यार। अच्छा, मुझे याद आएंगे, मैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में बोल दूंगी। कुछ फोर आ रहे होते ना जहन में, तो जब वीडियो के एंड पे तो वो सारे भूल जाते हैं। कैसे वीडियो अच्छी थी, आपकी वीडियो कैसी लगी कैसी नहीं, आप मुझे कमेंट में बता सकते हैं। अपना क्या मेरा करेगा इंतजार, हाथ से बात से और डांस से।